A liner, and the Orioles are the world champions.
I'm Lisa Shampoo.
And I'm Bob Sokoler, just back from Philadelphia.
We're here live at Memorial Stadium with the fans, and we'll have that story in just a moment.
Thank you, Lisa and Bob, and how sweet it is today. There's other news, too. And after the game, Baltimoreans were, and still are, going crazy over the Orioles' victory in the World Series. And the Greenpeace protests go on in Baltimore. Good evening, I'm Frank Luber with Ronnie Duncan and Ron Riley with live team coverage from Memorial Stadium on our World Champion O's, plus all the other news of the day. Eyewitness News is next.
Brand new Chevy Celebrities, equipped for only $69.95 at either Jeff Legum's Westminster Motors or Jeff Legum's Eastern Avenue Beltway location.
Men at work evaluate their rise to the top of the record charts Tuesday on Evening Magazine. Hi, I'm Donna Hamilton. We'll dive into the depths of Jacques Cousteau's latest sea adventure. Also get a lasting impression of Little Italy's street artist. Wednesday, slip into something a little more comfortable at a sexy lingerie party. Plus, get a present alternative to standing in long Christmas shopping lines. Thursday, a time-lapse photographer builds a documentary on construction work in a flash. Then zip up a colorful wardrobe of mix-and-match jeans. Friday, meet a video game player, a video game analyst, and a video game tester, all rolled up into one 11-year-old boy. Plus, a nurse prescribes a possible cure for hospital fears. Check into Evening Magazine, all this week at 7:30, here on Channel 13.
On the Love Boat, Doc keeps an eye on his friend's naive daughter, but she steers her own course, Monday at 4. And at 5, a shining young co-ed polishes Stanley's tarnished love life. Who will buffer Helen Shock? On 3 is Company. And at 5:30 on Taxi, the cabbies reminisce over their funny downfalls, close encounters, and tender moments in Immortal Cab number 804. Weekday afternoons on Channel 13.
WJZ-TV, Baltimore.
Good evening, everyone, and what a good night it is indeed. They did it. The Baltimore Orioles are the world champions of baseball. Eddie Murray's 2 home runs helped the O's to a 5-0 win over the Phillies, with Rick Dempsey getting the Most Valuable Player of the Series award. The O's did it in 5 games and come back to Baltimore tonight, the winners. And waiting for the Orioles to return to Memorial Stadium, thousands of people, including Lisa Shampoo and Bob Sokoler. And Lisa and Bob, we understand, according to city police, they're expecting perhaps 40,000 people at Memorial Stadium this evening.
40,000 is right, Frank. They're all here in the parking lot of Memorial Stadium, just waiting for the birds to arrive. You can hear the shouts of Dempsey, Eddie, and the Orioles. With me, of course, is Bob Sokoler, just back from Philly.
I'll tell you, it was a fabulous trip back. We came back on Amtrak with about 150 fans. We'll talk about that a little later. But Lisa, what's been going on here? I haven't been here for about 3 days. What's happening?
Bob, just seconds. After the Orioles clinched the series, it was like this all over Baltimore. The fans went wild. You hadn't guessed, it was the same here in Fells Point.
All right.
What'd you win?
$200.
Why?
The bird.
Birds, you bet them?
Certainly. Who is there anybody else?
You better believe it.
In about 10 minutes, we went through 20 bottles.
20 bottles in 10 minutes?
Yeah, about 20 bottles.
I
I just wish the country was as good of a shape as the Orioles, and we could take the deficit.
Stadium have been here for at least 2 hours. The birds are not expected to arrive for about another 35, 45 minutes, but I think they will stay here. They've been throwing things up to us all night, right, Bob?
I'll tell you one thing. On my way over here from Penn Station just seconds ago, and that literally seconds ago, the streets, 33rd Street, is a massive traffic jam right now. People obviously blowing their horns, lighting sparklers, screaming and yelling. If you had any plans of coming over here, you might as well just stick it out, wait at home, and we'll be back with that and much more when the Orioles arrive from Philadelphia. They're coming down by bus. As I said, by train, and made it here a little bit faster than they did. But we'll be here throughout.
One, Frank.
Thank you very much, Lisa. I'm sure there are a lot of people going to be calling in sick tomorrow, and those who've used up all their sick days, well, at least they have one dead day left. That was Bob Sokoler and Lisa Champeau live at Memorial Stadium. And a reminder that we'll be going live from the stadium when the Orioles do arrive here this evening. City Police are to pick up the Orioles bus on the Beltway at I-95 at 11:15 p.m., we understand, just about 10 minutes from now, meaning the Orioles should be arriving at Memorial Stadium in about a half an hour, and we'll be going live to the stadium when they do. And just like all Orioles fans, Lou Tilley was on the edge of his seat, literally, in Philadelphia when Scott McGregor made the last pitch of the game today.
A liner, and the Orioles are the world champions.
And so it was written on October 16th, in the twilight of the day, that the Orioles defeated a team in the twilight of their years and became the world champions for 1983.
It's a big thrill for us, and I'm glad that I have a little part in this organization to contribute to win.
We tried to win the fifth game in 1979, and Mike Flanagan pitched a great game. We ended up losing 2-1, and then the next night we didn't get any runs, and the seventh game we didn't get any runs. So today we just wanted to go out and do the same things we've done all year.
A typical win it was, but the stereotypical locker room scene, it was not. But this was by no means your stereotypical professional sports champion team of the 80s.
It's just great to have won a world championship, and I think you really saw what make the Orioles go this year today. You saw Eddie Murray helping out, and you saw guys making clutch plays, and you saw the excellent pitching of a Scotty McGregor, and that's been the ingredients all year that have enabled us to be successful as we are.
Sounds not unfamiliar to those of you back home, I'm sure. Now I'll have more on the game and the Orioles' reaction later in sports. But for now, from the clubhouse of the world champion Baltimore Orioles, I'm Lou Tilley, Channel 13, Eyewitness Sports.
Thank you very much, Lou. And no matter where they happen to be, the Orioles fans in this area were keeping abreast of the World Series action. And for about 3 hours today, it was as though nothing else mattered. Take this Orioles fan. He carried a portable TV with him throughout the series and never missed a play.
Here's the runner, Maddox at third.
Leading 5-0. What do you think the outcome will be?
Oh, the Orioles are going to win it, naturally. I said that to begin with.
No sixth game, then?
No sixth game. When they come home, they're going to come home for good. That's it. The Phillies ain't coming with them.
Those who didn't watch the game on television kept up with the championship-bound birds via radio.
Here we go to the last half of the sixth inning, and the Phillies with the top of the batting order coming up.
Big day, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
The radio on all day?
Just about.
Wherever you go. Huh?
Right.
I understand that you've got yourself a blazer here, but a baseball version of the blazer, right?
Right.
Let me hear what it goes like.
All right.
And, of course, here's McGregor's offering. Here's a pop-up.
My goodness, that sounds pretty good. Anything else?
Sure.
Charge, right?
And this is for the Phillies.
Those who didn't catch the final game of the series at home saw it at their home away from home, the local watering hole. And after 171 games, we're down to the final out, the final strike. There it is! The Orioles are World Series champions!
We're the greatest!
Hey, Philly, we're number one!
Did you? I knew it from day one! Day one, Burns!
have any doubts in your mind at all.
Oh, no, how sweet it is!
Indeed it is, as the great one used to say. And those celebrations continue tomorrow as Baltimore honors the Birds with a parade. The ticker tape extravaganza begins at noon at Mount Vernon on Charles Street. The parade then goes south on Charles, east on Baltimore, north on Holiday, and ends up at City Hall. The parade includes all the birds, the mayor, the governor, Wild Bill Higgy, the Oriole bird, Section 34, probably Section 35, 36, and all the rest of the sections, too. The stadium ground crew, ushers, vendors, and 35 bands. Did we leave anyone out? Parade officials expect participants to start forming at 9 a.m. at Charles Street and Center Street. Of course, we'll have live coverage tomorrow at noon on Eyewitness News right here on Channel 13. Well, when we come back, details on the death of another Marine in Lebanon, and the environmental group Greenpeace is at it again, so stay with us.
Murray drills it to deep right field, and the one thing about Murray is when he breaks out of a slump, he really does it.
And it was mentioned in the booth, Howard said it, in the last ball game it looked like Eddie.
Now's the time. You've got 48 hours to save a pretty penny at Acme's half-price Maybelline sale. This Monday and Tuesday only, all Maybelline cosmetics are half price. Everything for your eyes, from eyebrow pencils to mascara. Makeup for your face, including blush, powder, and lipstick. Manicure, nail polish, too, your favorite colors. All half price this Monday and Tuesday. So stock up while supplies last. The 48-hour Maybelline sale at Acme, your store for low prices. Tell a friend.
Stephanie Powers.
I want to talk to you about London fog because I believe in it. This is a London fog raincoat. It's weathered 190 downpours, traveled over 70,000 miles, been washed 17 times, and still looks fabulous. Isn't that amazing? This is a new London fog jacket. Like the raincoat, it will do something almost unheard of today. It will last and look great doing it.
Available at Hutzler's.
This delicious Roy Rogers sandwich of fresh oven-cooked roast beef is yours this week only for just 99 cents. Let nothing keep you away. Neither rain, nor snow, nor dark of night. No, let nothing keep you away from Roy's this week during their 99-cent roast beef special. Nothing.
On the next Our Magazine, Gary Collins discovers startling facts about newswomen.
There are several stations in the country today where women are on the air and they've been sleeping around.
Judy Carn reflects on her drug problems. Bonnie Strauss explores laser treatment for pain therapy. And more on the next Our Magazine, the best hour of your day.
Monday at 10 on Channel 13.
Tonight, another bloody Sunday has come and gone in Lebanon. One Marine was killed and 3 wounded as U.S. Marines were the targets of sniper and grenade attacks for the 3rd straight day. The Marines stationed at Beirut International Airport were under fire for 7 hours. Back home, Greenpeace environmentalists picketed a Maryland chemical company for the 2nd time in less than a month. They were not arrested for trespassing this time as they were at the American Recovery Plant, but as Lisa Champeau reports, a Glidden Company executive did come out to talk peace with them.
Greenpeace billed its boat in to the shores of the SCM Glidden plant as a celebration of the area's natural beauty and as a call to Glidden to clean up its act. Glidden has been asked repeatedly by the state to line or repair its main storage tank, an old lagoon which leaks sulfuric acid into the Patapsco River and the bay.
If it's mixed with salt water, which has a buffering effect, in a very short time, the whole effect is totally neutralized.
You don't see fish just rising to the surface and dying here, but they aren't healthy, and the acid itself would harm them if they were in direct contact, but otherwise it just degrades the water.
So I eat fish from the bay, I eat crabs.
From right here outside of Glidden?
There's nothing wrong with this water.
Glidden, which manufactures paint whiteners, says it doesn't want to shut down its 600-worker plant to line the lagoon or spend the $3.5 million to do the job. Instead, the company has proposed building a series of wells which would trap the sulfuric acid and pump it back into the plant to be neutralized.
I feel it just isn't going to be enough. I still think they're going for the minimum that they could possibly do.
One has to balance the corporation's desire to stay in business, the economic factors, the job factors, and the environmental factors.
If the state says no-go to Glidden's series of wells idea, a decision is expected November 1st, it will send the company back to the drawing board and give the Greenpeace environmentalists something to cheer about. I'm Lisa Champeau, Channel 13 Eyewitness News in Fort Armstead.
In April of this year, the state cited Glidden for not immediately reporting an illegal discharge of 20,000 gallons of sulfuric acid into the bay. For members of the Machinists Union at Coppers Incorporated, a 2-week strike will grow even longer. Today, members of Local 1784 voted by 52% to reject the latest contract offer. As far as many are concerned, it does little more than delay the inevitable.
We haven't got a raise for 2.5 years already, and we're going to give up no more raises for a while.
But as I understand it, the wages and benefits can be reopened next year for discussion.
So we got to go through all this again next year and the year after. We can't make no plans for 3 years on buying homes, cars, or anything else. We got to hack this out every year for the next 3 years. I don't buy it.
Some union members graphically displayed their displeasure with the contract that offered no wage increases and cuts in benefits. When we come back, Ron Riley is here with the Oriole Victory Parade weather for tomorrow and AccuWeather highlights as well when we return.
It's a deep left field. Matthews going all the way back, and Dempsey has hit it out.
I wonder how many people were expecting that.
Brand new Chevy Celebrities, equipped for only $69.95 at either Jeff Legum's Westminster Motors or Jeff Legum's Eastern Avenue Beltway location.
Never go into a store and just ask for a pound of chicken breasts, because you could be cheating yourself out of some meat. Here's an ordinary 1-pound chicken breast, and here's a 1-pound breast of mine. They weigh the same, but as you can see, mine has more meat and theirs has more bone. I breed the broadest breasted, meatiest chicken you can buy. So don't buy chicken breast by the pound. Buy them by the tag and get an extra bite in every breast.
There's a feeling when you're new in town, new faces everywhere. You wonder if you'll fit in, you wonder why they stare. Trying just to break the ice, but pretty soon you find, no matter who or where you are, good friends aren't far behind. It's a good feeling. It's a good feeling to know. It's a good, good feeling. Such a good feeling to know.
What do you think? Great.
Finding friends to share. Good times that are always there. It's a good feeling. Channel 13. It's a good, good feeling to know.
And Ron Riley is here. We were just talking about tomorrow's big Oriole Victory Parade in Baltimore beginning at noon. And if we have any kind of weather tomorrow like we had today, perfecto.
Yeah. You know, Frank, the only day that it rained, the only day the Orioles lost was the only day that I got out to the ball game.
Stay away
so I can assure you I was smart staying away, and I can assure you that tomorrow's going to be a great day for the Victory Parade. Did get up to 64 degrees for our high today. A beautiful day, high pressure above us, in control, rolling right along. Southwesterly breezes by tomorrow afternoon, but temperatures should warm us up quite a bit with that southwesterly flow. Here are the current conditions on TV Hill. Right now, the temperature has dropped to 50. The wind is clam. Humidity at 70, and the barometer is steady. Our tides, high and low tides. Fort McHenry coming up will be at 4:40 a.m. and at 11:13 a.m. and our sunrise and sunset. 7:18 and 6:25 respectively. Well, temperatures, as you might expect this time of the evening, beginning to drop a little bit. Southwesterly flow of winds by tomorrow will give us a nice warm day. First of all, tonight it'll get down to about 45 degrees in the city. A little bit cooler in the suburbs. Got down to about 44 last night. We really didn't get any very chilly temperatures. About the coolest spot was up here in the Panhandle where they did get a little light frost. Dropped down to 46 in Cumberland already. It's 47 in Martinsburg, 54 in Washington, 48 up in Shrewsbury, and 49 the current reading in Hagerstown. Satellite view of the entire nation, and you see we are pretty much in the clear right here. However, there is a cold front moving in, or a cool front, but it's no big deal. It'll give us some clouds tomorrow afternoon. Temperatures will warm up with a southwesterly flow to about 72 degrees. We could get maybe a 10-minute shower sometime in the afternoon, but it will be brief and probably we won't see it. Rest of the nation nice and clear with a frontal system developing here which will attach onto it and maybe give us a shower by the time we get to Friday. In the meantime, 5-day forecast from AccuWeather looks like a good one for tomorrow. 74, sunny for the next 2 days, cloudy for Thursday and cloudy for Friday. Temperatures just about right for this time of the year. Tomorrow should be the warmest day of the week. And as you waken in the morning, you'll see some sunny skies and a temperature in the 50s. Okay, Frank?
A good day for the parade tomorrow in Baltimore, welcoming home the Orioles. And when we come back, Ronnie Duncan joins us with details of our World Series heroes. So stay with us.
A liner, and the Orioles are the world champions.
Frankel Cadillac, Baltimore's #1 Cadillac dealer, and Baltimore's only exclusive Cadillac dealer who outsells, outdelivers, and who outservices the competition, is having an exciting '84 Cadillac sale that puts you behind the wheel of the most luxurious, fuel-efficient Cadillac ever created. During this Frankel Cadillac sale, our commitment to beat any deal in town will be proven again and again. Frankel Cadillac. See 'em soon.
Pick up on the importance of trash collecting Monday on Evening Magazine. After all, sanitation workers carry a hefty load. Hi, I'm Donna Hamilton. Also, how does a star quarterback top his career with the Super Bowl champs? Roger Staubach made a complete pass from the football field to the business field. We'll catch him in action. Then teachers from Douglas High School reminisce about their most successful students, one of whom is now a Supreme Court judge. On Evening Magazine, Monday at 7:30 on Channel 13.
The YWCA will sponsor a workshop on job interview techniques on October 18th from 7:30 to 9:30. For details, call 267-6020.
There's one self-help book that's helped more people than all the others put together.
It helps me keep the house from falling down around my ears.
That book's been worth thousands of dollars to my business.
It's the one we turn to in all sorts of emergencies. And believe me, we have all sorts of emergencies.
It's the Yellow Pages, the most valuable self-help book in America. Use it for all it's worth.
We highly recommend it.
We helped write it.
Ocean Spray squeezed the sunny taste from sweet, juicy pink grapefruit into a surprisingly new taste. Introducing the taste of sunfruit in Pink Grapefruit Juice Cocktail. Premium Indian River pink grapefruit picked at their sweetest, then specially blended for a smoother taste. Try Ocean Spray Pink Grapefruit Juice Cocktail and taste the delicious difference the Ocean Spray sunfruit makes. It's good for you, America, from Ocean Spray.
Well, the Orioles are the champions for the third time in modern history. World Series champions. It just sounds great. And there's only 4 months now till spring training. Can hardly wait.
Yeah, I tell you, man, it feels so good. You know, I knew the Orioles could do it, and a lot of people talk about the beginning of a baseball season and what you think about. But I tell you, I think the Orioles are #1. I'm almost sure the fans here in Baltimore feel the same way. I guess the best way you can describe the Oriole victory is we did it. We did it in 5. As the Orioles won the 80th World Series, beating the Philadelphia Phillies 5-0, and Game 5, winning the series 4-1. And from the very beginning, you knew the O's were coming home with a championship. It looked magnificent. And the Phil's first, the old Scott McGregor, got things starting. Sweet revenge, he will strike out Joe Morgan. That set the tone for the whole entire game. You talk about absolutely good baseball, the Orioles played it. Eddie Murray finally coming out of a slump. The fans are down at Memorial Stadium. everybody's happy. And when you talk about football in Baltimore, no one's talking. They're talking about baseball and the Baltimore Orioles. Now, if we can, let's go to the highlights, exactly what happened at tonight's game. Well, we don't have it right now, but let's talk about the Baltimore Colts and what they're doing as far as success with the Baltimore Colts. Well, I guess you can be said that the Colts had their bubble burst today in the final game of a game against the Buffalo Bills for sole possession of first place in the AFC East, losing 30-7. The Colts wanted to get off on the right foot, and they did. Strike Mike Pagel to Ray Butler, point after good, 7-0 Colts.
Oh, I feel pretty good. It's been a long time since I've been in the end zone, so, I feel real good, just to go out and just to help the team, to do anything I can.
But the Bills with quarterback Joe Ferguson started his would-be assault against the Colts secondary. 14 yards out to Joe Cribbs, touchdown good, 7-7 tie.
Joe has a very fast release. We got there on, 5 or 6 accounts, but Joe just lets the ball go so fast. It's really hard to get to him.
The Bills scored yet another touchdown, but it was this touchdown from Ferguson to Frank Lewis. It was sweet and made the score 21-7. Just before the end of the first half, the Bills upped the lead to 24-7. Joe Danello's field goal from 23 yards out is good. And despite the fact that the Colts were down by 3 touchdowns and a field goal, the atmosphere here at Memorial Stadium was somewhat different. Everyone thought the Colts could possibly come back.
When we went back in the second half, we weren't really concerned. We just wanted to execute and work on the things that we knew we could do. And to give credit to Buffalo, they came to play. They played 60 minutes of football today.
The Colts were able to hold the Bills to 2 field goals, while Pagel and the Colts had problems moving the Colts upfield. And later in the game, Mike went out of the game with an injury.
We had a couple of good drives and just make a mistake here and there and killed ourselves.
With Pagel out of the game, Mark Reed became the Colts quarterback, having problems finding his receivers and them finding the ball.
I was a little bit nervous. I'd be lying if I didn't admit that I was nervous, but as I got in the game, I felt more under control, and I was just trying to move the offense a little bit and possibly get one more touchdown.
Still no hero today as the Colts lose for the first time in 3 games, 30-7 to Buffalo. Next week, the Miami Dolphins. Okay, that's enough about the Colts. We'll get to the NFL scores in just a minute. But the big story of the day, you've got it, we've got it for you, the Orioles. And from the very beginning, we knew our Orioles win this championship game. Scott McGregor setting the tone, striking out Joe Morgan. What a way to go. For the last couple of days, everyone has been talking about this man, Eddie Murray, talking about his postseason slump. Well, he put an end to that right away in the old second inning. Watch it.
Murray drills it to deep right field, and one thing about Murray is when he breaks out of a slump, he really does it.
He got all of that.
The O's were up 1-0 in the third, and once again, it's one of the Three Stooges, Rick Dempsey, and this time the Phillies don't think it's a laughing matter.
It's a deep left field. Matthews going all the way back, and Dempsey has hit it out.
I wonder how many people were expecting that.
That is some stooge, that Dempsey.
Well, Howard, I guess you can say you said it all. The O's fourth field starter, Charlie Hudson, still in the game. After walking Cal Ripken the leadoff inning, Eddie Murray says, "That's okay, I've got a nice present, another one for good old Charlie."
And Murray drills it to deep right center field again. And so Eddie Murray, all of a sudden, 2 for 16 in the series coming in, has hit 2 home runs, and it's 4-0 Orioles.
Did I hear anybody talk about a slump? Well, the Orioles are talking about Eddie Murray in a slump. 2 homers on the day. For a while there, I thought he was going to make an impression of Reggie Jackson. Now, with the O's on top, 4-0 in the 5th, the Phils finally take Hudson out of the game. And Rick Dempsey, the series MVP, gets this double to left center field.
That drive is off the wall and bouncing back to Matthews, and he settles for a double.
Now, you say the O's pitchers can't hit. Well, take a look at this. Scott McGregor with a bunt, a sac bunt, and Bo Diaz is all confused.
And he can't make the play with Dempsey hooked up and might have been surprised that Dempsey was still at second base. Rick wasn't moving.
Well, no outs and runners on second. At first, Al Bunbury plays Oriole baseball, a sac fly deep, and Dempsey scores.
To left field, deep enough to at least score a run as Matthews makes the catch. And Dempsey He tags at third and makes it 5. 201.
Well, in the ninth inning, the Phils are still hoping for a miracle. Gary Matthews lifts the shot to right corner. Tito Landrum makes a nice catch. I tell you about it. Oriole magic each and every day. Tony Perez flies out, and Gary Maddox is the Phillies' last hope of being history.
And the Orioles are the world champions.
About happy feelings in baseball, you've got it right there. The Orioles, the 1983 champions. I'm happy everybody here at the station is happy. Let's take a look at the scores in the National Football League this afternoon. We've got some beautiful ones, and the Baltimore Colts lost 30-7 to the Buffalo Bills. It was Miami doing a fine job on New York. The Jets 32-14, New England 37, San Diego 21, Pittsburgh 44, Cleveland 17, Denver 24, Cincinnati 17. It was Minnesota 34, Houston 14. They still can't win despite a new coach. Kansas City 38, New York Giants 17. It was Seattle 38, LA Raiders losing 36. It was Detroit 31, Chicago 17. Tampa Bay had a tough time, but they lost to St. Louis 34-27. And Dallas Cowboys. At one time, they were losing in this football game, came back to win 37-7. And what a fine game this one was. The LA Rams beating the Atlanta Falcons 27-21. And don't forget, Monday Night Football will be coming right here on Channel 13. The Green Bay Packers and the Washington Redskins. Now, we've got a little piece for you. Of course, everyone wants to be a part of the celebration. Well, Lou Tilley was in the locker room of the winners, the Baltimore Orioles.
You can imagine them just as easily coming to the office at 8 a.m. instead of 8 p.m. You can see them in dungarees, T-shirts, and hard hats as easily as pinstripes, spikes, and brightly colored caps. It is the World Championship Trophy, and here in the O's locker room immediately following the clinching victory in Philadelphia, the mood is what you might expect. Not so much exuberance, but a quiet self-satisfaction of a job very well done.
The thing about this team, in 1979, we thought we were really neat because we could play baseball. In 1983, we know we're blessed with the talent to play baseball, so why not go out and give the fans what they pay to deserve, and they deserve it, the team deserves it, the city of Baltimore deserves it, and I'm just proud to be a part of it.
No stooge, this dour fellow, and it would be remiss to separate any three members of this team from the rest anyway.
You could have split it. I didn't care if they split it, if they gave it to anybody else on the team. I didn't care one way or the other. I just wanted to win. Going into today's game, I just said, I don't care. You know, somebody said, well, you got a chance to win. Earl Weaver came and said, you got a chance to win MVP. I said, I'll go 0-for-4 as long as we win. I don't really care. Thank God I was able to contribute tonight. It's a great honor to be MVP. But, you know, I'm just glad that we won the World Series.
Joe Morgan and Al Holland showed the class of their National League championship ring.
I just want to let the guys know that I hope they win again next year, and because we're going to win next year, and we'll be back and have a rematch.
But in truth, Al Bumbry was one bird chirping foul at series end.
You know, I just don't think, you know, with some guys that just didn't give our pitch staff any credit for the job that they had done. Benny Ayala told me, too, before the game, I had it on the top of my locker. Benny told me, he said, Todd, don't keep him on top of your locker. Because he said, Dower had his on his locker. He took it off, and he got 3 hits. I said, Todd, take it off. I said, I'm not superstitious. Well, I went 0-for-4. He was right, you know. But I called and made my plays, and we won. You know, we're number one.
From Veterans Stadium with a championship team, it's been my pleasure. Lou Tilley, Eyewitness Sports.
I tell you, Lou, it's been mine, too. We did it in 5. Everyone go out and celebrate, enjoy it, and God bless the Orioles.
And the celebrating will continue tomorrow, too, of course, with the big parade in downtown Baltimore beginning at noon. And Ron Riley says we're going to have excellent weather for it. And for one last look at the crowd forming to welcome home the O's, back again to Memorial Stadium, where Lisa Champeau and Bob Circular are standing by live.
Frank, every time Bob and I look around the parking lot here at Memorial Stadium, more people keep pouring in. The birds haven't arrived yet. They're expected to arrive momentarily. Bob, just back from Philly.
I brought with me a fanatic, which we can turn upside down. Yes, the bird. Also, it is time to stop. You can hear the crowd. Take a look out there.
Look at the crowd. Imagine what they'll be like when the Orioles get here. And it's been like this all night. Frank?
Don't waste that stuff. Thank you, Bob. Thank you, Bob and Lisa. That's our report for the moment for the entire Eyewitness News team. I'm Frank Luber, back next weekend.
price is important. Buy your next car from Jeff Legum, the Little Profit dealer. Jeff Legum's high-volume Chevrolet sales from 2 locations means he can sell cars and trucks by the thousands, each at a little profit. That means discount prices for you. Brand new Chevy Celebrities equipped for only $69.95 at either Jeff Legum's Westminster Motors or Legum's Eastern Avenue Beltway location.